What's up, everybody? So today I'm working on U-joints. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing that I actually did here is I got the U-joint out of the car. It's pretty easy to remove. It's 2 straps, 4 bolts, and then you pull the drive shaft out. Anyway, you can see how that's done on a different video. But I'm just gonna focus on the U-joints here. So first thing is you gotta determine what type of U-joint you have. Mine is the factory one, so there's like plastic that's like squeezed in here, which holds it all together. So the first thing that I gotta do is I'm gonna get my torch and I'm gonna turn it on. Yep. And you just wanna heat these U-joints up, and you wanna heat them up evenly. So just heat them up all around. And so what you're gonna notice is on either side, hopefully the camera picks this up, but on either side, you're going to see it start to, the plastic start oozing out. So let's just heat this up. There it goes. I don't know if you saw that squirt out, but there we go. You're just going to keep heating this until it stops squirting out. There we go. And I don't know if you caught that or not, but the cap here for the U-joint, it actually lifted up a little bit. So next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get a socket that fits the cap, and you're gonna put it on there, and then you're just gonna hit it with a hammer. There you go. And the U-joint is out. Careful, that is very hot, and the ball bearings are everywhere. And if you're wearing flip-flops like I am, just watch your feet when you take that off, because this is super hot. Next, you're just gonna flip this over, and you're gonna do the same thing. Let me pull you guys in a little bit closer here, and I'll show you how I have this in my vise here. So the way that it's in my vise is I have that supported right there, and then it's supported over there on that side. So when I go to bang that out or tap these out, it's not beating up the it's not beating anything up. It's just hitting on those. So and honestly, when I was hammering it, I wasn't using a lot of pressure. So let me get this one heated up, and it's gonna be the same exact thing. So I'll put you guys on fast forward, and you can watch me take that one out. Okay, so you just saw me it was fast forwarding, but you saw me mark this piece right here. I put a mark on this, and I put a mark on the drive shaft. Ooh, that's hot. So when I go to line it up or put it back together, it'll be in the same orientation. So just keep that in mind, that's how you want that. So now is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the U-joint right here, and I'm gonna turn it, and the vise is gonna rest on these right here, this part of the U-joint right here. So let me get going. Not sure what happened, but this thing just popped, and man, it blasted me in the face. I don't know, I can't see my face, but yeah, it hurt. So I think going forward, I'm gonna put some safety glasses on. Guys, don't be like me. Always remember, safety first. Yeah, that blasted me. It was pretty hard. You probably heard the pop in the video, but yeah, it hurts. My face is burning right now, so. All right, so I got 5 out of the 6 U-joint caps off. This one was actually causing a lot of trouble, so what I ended up having to do is I went over to my press in the other garage and I just pressed it out. Now this side, this is a rear end. I did this earlier, so you didn't see me take it out, but all this is just the U-joint, and then you got the 2 U-joint straps that hold it to the differential. So this was the easiest one to do. And then these 2, they're not hard, it's just a pain. So after it blew up in my face and popped me in the face, it actually just I was getting kind of worried. So I don't think I heated it up enough, but after I put it in my press and press it off, it popped right out. So we're good to go there. So now the next thing that I gotta do is, I gotta wait for this to cool down. It is super hot. Like, yeah, it's hot all the way down to here. But if you look in here, you can see how dirty this is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some of this carb cleaner and some other stuff and some emery cloth and get this all cleaned out and make sure it's super smooth and clean. And once that's done, I will be back. And then also I gotta get the parts. They are on order. They should be here hopefully soon, in about like 2 seconds in this video. So once I get them, I'll get them tossed in. But yep, on to cleaning. Alrighty, so I got the little retainers here all cleaned out and everything's good to go on here. I made sure it was deburred and that everything in here is smooth and good to go. So next you're going to take your U-joint, and it's got these caps on there. You're going to want to remove the caps. Do it very carefully. Not sure if you can pick it up, but there's needle bearings in there. You don't want those to get out, so you pull those off. So what I do is I'll take the U-joint, or the U-joint, and put it in, and I'll take a cap and slide it on there and just push this in by hand. Then I'll take another cap and slide it over here, just checking the bearings, making sure that they're not crushed in and that they're good to go. There we go. And then I'll open up my vise. And I'm gonna hook the whole drive shaft in to the vise. And it's a lot easier if you have 2 people helping you, but today it's just me, so. So I'll slide this in, and then I'm just gonna tighten up the vise. I'm gonna do it slowly. I'm gonna make sure that there's no binding on anything. Because if you see this right here, this is actually, that cap is actually pushing in. There we go. Then I'll just keep pushing and get the other cap in as well. And if I feel it getting too hard or any binding, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna back off. There we go, that's good enough. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna set this down in the vise itself. So give me a second here, let me see if the camera angle is picking this up. Yep, so I set this down in the vise itself. And I'm gonna tilt the drive shaft so it's actually pretty level and sitting level. There we go. Next thing I'm gonna do is, I take a socket and I put a socket that's pretty much the same size as the cap here. And I just put it on there like that. And then I just take this and I tap it down. Now, on these caps here, let me see if this is picking it up. So as you can see on these caps here, it's got this groove, and then a C-clip actually goes into that groove. So what I do is, I'm tapping this down, and then I'm looking underneath here on the drive shaft to make sure that I can get the C-clip on there. So okay, I think this is on good enough. I'm not sure if my camera's gonna pick this up or not. So I'm just gonna close my vise, just like that. I'm gonna take my C-clip, and I'm just gonna snap it in. These are pretty hard to get in, just by hand. So what I'll do is, I'm actually just gonna take the drive shaft off. You'll see in just a second here. Okay, so I got you set up at a better angle here. So I'm gonna take, like I said, I'm gonna take the drive shaft off, and then I'm gonna put this C-clip in here, and I'll just take a hammer and tap the C-clip in. It went in for the most part, but then you just gotta push it just a little bit the rest of the way, and then you're good to go. So now what you're gonna do is, now that that's done, and you got one C-clip in, you can go ahead and take your drive shaft, flip it over to the side that doesn't have the C-clip in it, set it up in here, and take your socket and hammer and pound this one in. There we go. And then we'll put the C-clip in again. And then there we go. Okay, so this is the last piece of the puzzle here. So I have this right here. So I'm just gonna slide this in. You wanna make sure that this is not tight, and I'll show you how to loosen it here in a sec. But slide this all the way in like that, making sure that your lines that you made on here are the right way. Yep, right here. You want to make sure the lines that you made on here, the marks that you made earlier, are facing the right way. So we're going to slide this on, and I'm going to turn this. Then I'm going to take one cap and slide it on. Then I'll take the other cap, slide it on. Open the vise. And then start clamping it down. There we go. Now that it's down, we can turn it. Get our socket and our hammer. Try not to drop everything. There we go. Man, get some help if you have it, folks. It's gonna make it a lot easier. Then I lost my hammer, so give me a sec here. I'll be right back. I lost the hammer. Okay, I'm back. So like I said, just take your socket, tap this down in. Checking my roll ring gap. Looks good. This part's going to be a little bit more tricky because you don't have a lot of room to put this one in. I don't know if you saw that, but I got the clip in. And then we'll do this last side here. And actually, I think this one's pressed in far enough I can get the clip in without having to pound it down. So let me try. there we go. And that's done. Now I was talking about rotating this left and right. This is actually really easy and it's good to go. But when I put this one in, it was really tight. So what you can do is you just take your hammer and you tap it on the ears outwards, because what that does is it relieves pressure on this whole assembly here, and then just makes it easier to turn and everything. So, but there we go. That's how you replace U-joints. It's not really hard. It's just a little time consuming. You gotta do a lot of cleaning. When you do clean, if you can get yourself a little kit of like these little wire brushes here, they look like that. These come in really handy. I use the brass ones and a nylon one, and it helps clean them out and get them super clean. So you could just use your drill instead of having to scrape it and sand it. So alrighty, so when you one thing I didn't mention is grease the U-joints, especially if they're the ones that come with the little grease zerks. So you gotta get grease in those. But a little bit of stuff about what's been going on with the Camaro, and the reason I'm replacing the U-joints is because they just went bad and they needed it. And then I actually got the surging and all those issues fixed. I had to drop the transmission and replace the torque converter. I put a 1800 stall torque converter in there, opposed to 3000. So that's looking a lot better. And if you look up under here, let me turn on the light here. Here we go. Actually, oh, there you go. So you got the U-joint grease there. But I actually painted the transmission as well, so that is looking good too. So it's nice and clean in here and everything is good to go. So there we go. It's kind of hard to see. I apologize, it's really wobbly under here. But there's the U-joints in and greased. And then it follows all the way back through the exhaust down. Sorry, I can't reach that. But it goes back down and hooks into the differential. So, but anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching my videos. I know it's been a really long time since I've had any content out, but you know, life is just super busy, and honestly, I'm running out of projects to do. So I got the camper all done, and that's going really good. And then just been putzing around with the Camaro, so just been doing stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for watching again. If you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll answer you. If you hit the thumbs up button, smash the notification, and then hit the subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. Catch y'all next time. Peace.